Coming up, Ryno and I are on location at Universal Orlando Resort to try festive flavors in this episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. I am Craig Williams, and I am also joined alongside by Ryno, who is currently manning the camera. So, yes, that's him. So you can't see him, but I promise you he's here. I think we can hear him though, can we?
Yes.
Okay, yes, there's Ryno. We are both here. And as I said, we are on location at Universal Orlando Resort to try some of the festive flavors they have. Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure both celebrate the holidays with tons of holiday entertainment, but Universal Studios Florida has kind of gotten into the festivities a little bit more with some festive food. They have special food trucks and booths set up that really have been set up since Mardi Gras and just haven't gone anywhere throughout the summer, throughout Halloween Horror Nights. They're still just placed around the park, and they're serving up holiday food and drinks. So we are going to try that. But also, as I'm saying this right now, we're in Universal CityWalk because for the holidays this year, they set up this fun little festive village called Mistletoe Pines Village. And there's some merchandise out here. There's also some desserts, drinks. There's a whole lot going on. So we're probably going to try one dessert out here. We're going to try some stuff in Universal Studios Florida. And hopefully we're going to have a great time doing it. So let's go ahead, go inside Universal Studios Florida, change our clothes, and get started. That's a joke for people watching this. I am hungry for the holidays, and what is better during the holiday season than holiday leftovers? Well, thankfully, that little kiosk that's right across from the Transformers exit, as well as Mel's Drive-In, they have a holiday leftovers pressed sandwich. It's $10.99. This is pressed artisan cranberry bread filled with a turkey and brie cheese, served with a side of turkey gravy. I don't think it's served with turkey and brie cheese. Like, it's not turkey cheese, it's turkey and brie cheese. And we opened this bad boy up to take a look at it, and not gonna lie, not very impressed by it when you open it up on the inside. It's just two small pieces of turkey, the thinnest of thinnest pieces of brie. It looks like there's like a yellow mustard or something on it too, but I'll tell you what, this cranberry bread looks good. I love, there was a film on the gravy. I'm not gonna have Ryno show it because it would make children cry and all of us weep. It's not appealing though, but hopefully this tastes good. This one's a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I thought I was going to enjoy the bread more, but the cranberry part of the bread is really getting lost. If you don't use the gravy, I'm mostly getting a brie cheese flavor, which I like brie cheese, so that works. The turkey, it's seasoned well, and it's a nice piece of turkey, but the brie is what's dominating. And then as soon as you use the gravy is the overpowering flavor. And it's good gravy. So it definitely, I think it actually needs the gravy. Otherwise, just kind of a dry, okay, pressed sandwich. Not my favorite. We've tried a lot of pressed sandwiches now from Universal, and it keeps going this way. But I'm gonna wait to get Ryno's thoughts on it.
I got the extra growth here. I'm gonna take that guy first. Okay, that was mostly bread. Real bite. Oh God, there's a pigeon. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I don't mind the bread, but like the turkey is very flat, very not flavorful. It's only the brie cheese flavor that I get from this. So now, here we go. We're doing a little bit of gravy. I don't want the skin to come out. It's kind of just not. It's not super flavorful. I feel like it's missing like. I like that there's cranberries in the bread, but I think it needs the cranberry in the sandwich or like some other flavor to really punch up the turkey and the cheese, because otherwise it's really just really bland. It needs like some tartness or just, I don't know, something. No, I don't know. For me, I don't love the gravy either. The gravy's just like gravy. I don't know. It makes me start thinking it's fat. But I just... So far, I don't think I get this again. It's just middle of the road for me. Not terrible, but not awesome. We're gluttons for punishment. So also from that same booth where that holiday sandwich came from, we got the peanut butter fluff and stuff. That's what I like to call myself sometimes. It's pressed sandwich filled with creamy peanut butter, raspberry jelly, and marshmallow cream. I feel like a real fluffernutter, invented in Massachusetts, by the way, uses fluff. People who use marshmallow cream, I don't know who you are, and I don't want to.
I think Fluffernutter is trademarked. I could be wrong about that. So they might not be able to say.
I think it's like a, you can't order a Jack and Coke. If you order like a Bacardi and Coke, it has to be Bacardi. It can't just be like rum and Coke. Or if you, whatever, I forget how it goes. But I think you're right. I think like a Fluffernutter has to be made with fluff. Craig, this isn't good.
Oh no.
My babysitter at daycare made better PB&Js when I was a child. Not that she was untalented, but there's nothing in this sandwich. It's just bread. And like peanut butter. Come on now. I know we got shortages everywhere, but peanut butter ain't one of them. Well, it's a dust. I can't. A dusting. I put more butter on my toast in the morning. This is awful. I feel like it's like in New York City where the guy opens his trench coat with the watches and you buy one like an idiot thinking it's a Nike and it says Mikey on it.
Ryno, I'm actually really shocked by this. Just because I wanted to read the description one more time just to double check, and it definitely says it's filled with creamy peanut butter, raspberry jelly, and marshmallow cream. I kind of saw the...
Filled is the
filled.
fast and loose term we're playing with.
It definitely is. I saw the marshmallow cream on there. I didn't really see the raspberry jelly, and I didn't see peanut butter, but I was looking through the camera lens, so I'm also like, did they forget to put stuff on here? But I also see like specks of raspberry with it, so clearly they didn't.
Like, it's soaked into the bread.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen in a peanut butter sandwich.
I don't know if we talked about this on shows before or what, but I like doing peanut butter on toast, and part of that is the peanut butter is going to melt a little bit into the bread, but you put enough peanut butter on that it still works. This is mostly bread.
Yeah.
They should be embarrassed and ashamed for serving this. It is not, it's literally, it's barely any jelly. I wouldn't even, if you didn't tell me there was peanut butter on here, I barely taste it. You can see the marshmallow cream, but there's not enough. I'm assuming what happened is when they were testing it, they were putting too much fillings on, they were pressing it, and it was all coming out, which is understandable. That's going to happen with some paninis, but rather than say, scrap it, let's come up with a different sandwich that works with it, they decided to say, let's cut down on the amount of ingredients until nothing comes out, and maybe everyone will just go with this. This thing was $9.99.
Yeah, we just paid $9.99 for two pieces of white bread. They're not even regulation size.
And you do get an annual pass holder discount, but not everyone out there is an annual pass holder. So this is insulting. This is a terrible sandwich. I do not recommend it at all. Between this and then that holiday turkey, whatever they're doing at that kiosk right now is completely wrong. They
seemed a little lifeless over there. I'm not gonna lie today. I'm not trying to insult anybody. It just seemed very like we're not into this.
Yeah, this is a mess. They need to just stop and start over again with it. It's just not good. It's really not good. And now I'm worried that they're getting to the point that they're doing too much holiday food, that they've started to run out of ideas to come up with consistently good ideas, because this one just wasn't it.
Correct. A peanut butter and jelly isn't a new idea.
I know it's not a new idea. I mean,
but I know
in
what you're
the
saying,
sense of like
the stuffed sealed sandwiches, but still,
Yeah.
that's why I agree with you. Embarrassed because they just effed up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No, this is terrible. They should not be charging $9.99 at most. If you're gonna serve something like this, at most it should be $5.
Yeah.
I was gonna say $5.99.
Oh,
And
you gave it more.
I'm giving them a little leeway on that. At most it should be $5.99. And if this is the future, if Mardi Gras rolls around and they're serving crap like this in this small of portions too, they missed what made their food festival styles start to become better than what was happening down the road at Disney. This is insulting. So we'll have to see what we have next, if we have anything next. I don't know. Might not. It might even be a different day. Could all be different. We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to take our tops off and find out.
Ryno, you know what defines the holiday season for me? Something that I could not do without.
Pickles?
Yes, pickles. Absolutely. But more than just pickles. Because I want my pickles served on a piece of bread with then also some coleslaw goes by. And then also some chicken served on top of the pickles and the bread. That's right. I want a Nashville hot crispy chicken skewer. And luckily for us, Universal took care of that for the holidays at the little food truck that they have right across from Fast and Furious. Supercharged.
Family.
It is, yeah. At that food truck, you truly are family. And then you go across the street and you're truly family. It all works out. So this Nashville hot crispy chicken skewer is $14.99. It's hand-breaded chicken tossed in Nashville hot sauce, served with house-made coleslaw, sliced pickles, and white bread. You can also substitute hot honey or golden barbecue sauce if you want to. And the way that the person working at the food truck described it to us, she said the Nashville hot chicken is what they would call, what she said, spicy. And then if you switch down to the next sauce, which I already forgot what it was, the hot honey, in her opinion, that was the next step down. That was like the kind of spicy. And then the golden barbecue, of course, is a sweet barbecue sauce. So, of course, we just did it straight up how it's supposed to be, because that's how you want to do it, right? Why would you do it?
It's
why would you
called
do it
Nashville.
any other way?
You gotta get the Nashville sauce.
You know what? Nashville is my favorite TV show. Little known fact about me. I know you might think it was something else.
Big Connie Britton fan?
I love Connie Britton. I think after MacGruber premieres, streaming exclusively on Peacock, I think that will probably become my favorite show ever, but for right now, it's just Nashville. And I didn't skewer this properly before. Is that the word? I don't think it is, but either way, I finally got the first piece of chicken off the skewer, and I think I'm just gonna shove it all in at once. The spice comes in very late. This chicken starts off actually surprisingly sweet, shockingly sweet, to the point that I was like, did we get the right thing? And that spice comes on way later. I think it's a little bit from the sauce, but I think it's also part of the rub that's on the chicken. It's a really nice piece of, sliced chicken breast, and then the breading on it is very light, and it doesn't feel like overly fried. Like it's cooked through, but it's not like it's not soggy with grease. It's really well done. I really like this chicken. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I'd also be interested. They have a version where it's served with macaroni and cheese, I'm guessing the little chicken nuggets on top of the macaroni and cheese. I think that could be good. And just for science sake, while I'm at it, I'm gonna try this soggy coleslaw, because why not? That's a creamy, crunchy coleslaw. I cannot wait to find out what Ryno's thoughts are on that coleslaw, but I think he needs to start with the skewers.
It looks crispy, crunchy. I completely agree with you about the chicken coming on sweet at first, and then it's like the hot sauce is in there. I think they just make the chicken and then they just drizzle whatever the sauce is, like a couple of sprays on it on top, because it's actually on it's on the bread underneath. And I don't think that came from being tossed in the sauce. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's tossed in whatever that glaze is, and then the sauces are added on top. But you're right. This is a good piece of chicken. It's like got just the perfect right coating for me. I really enjoy it. And the heat, I don't think it is hot. I don't think it's like too intense for me, but it's right in that level where I'm like, it's lingering too, which is nice. That's a handsome piece of chicken. I'm gonna have a little picky, if you don't mind here.
Go for that picky.
Just go picky.
Is there anything special about the pickle?
No, just standard issue.
Dill?
Yeah, dill. I was like, I always get the two mixed up, which are the good ones and not.
Well, there's dill pickles, and then there's no good pickles after that.
I don't like the sweet ones.
bread
Those
and
are
butter.
gross. Yeah, nasty.
Gross.
I always get them mixed up though when you go to grab the jar. What is this?
I said it's milky and crispy. Creamy and crispy.
Yeah.
Creamy,
Like,
crunchy.
I don't even know what you would describe this flavor as. Like white? Mayonnaise? I mean, there's clearly like veggies and blah. I don't care for that. Not a fan of the coleslaw. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this bread either. Like, were we supposed to make a little sandwich? I'm gonna cut a little piece off here. Just rip a piece off because it's a thick piece of bread. I thought this was going to be the stalest piece of bread. It's actually a pretty good piece of bread. I mean, it's just white bread, but we made the joke that you said it was left over from Halloween Horror Nights, but I think you'll like the bread.
Every now and then, I am reviewing some sort of food, and I feel like I never thought I'd be sitting here trying to review this, and yet I am. And this time around, I am reviewing a pickle and a piece of bread, and I don't know what that means, but I'm doing it. Nice dill, good dill. The bread, it's bread.
Yeah.
It's bread.
What's it doing here?
It's bread. It's bread. It's bread. Well, it's bread.
I love bread.
I love bread.
Well, I got it.
It's bread.
We are out at Universal CityWalk, and we are in the Mistletoe Pines area now. And from Festive Flavors, the booth over here that has some festive snacks, you guessed it, we got the cookie butter Santa Puff, because we're keeping it all cookie butter. And that is a belt buckle cream puff, I can't speak, filled with cookie butter for $5.49, plus you get an annual Passover discount. It came out of a refrigerator. I thought it was going to be light and fluffy. This already, I can tell you, I'm trying to cut through it with a fork and not a knife, and it is not happening. It's not happening. It has now squished all the cookie butter out of my puff. So now I got myself a sad puff. Right? I don't like the puff, but it I'm gonna try another piece. Hold up. Here we go. This has a texture and kind of a flavor that's very similar to like a chocolate eclair, you know, and those usually come out of those are usually refrigerated. And again, I think that's another food item they always want to like more. I think it's going to be more like a Boston cream donut, but the eclair has that little bit more of less of a give to it than a donut does, and that's definitely kind of what this is. I'm not going to lie, the cream inside of here, though I do like how it's refrigerated, and I don't find it like overly sugary. It doesn't really taste like cookie butter at all. It doesn't really taste like much of anything at all. The little part of the belt buckle is definitely very chocolatey. And chewy.
Chewy chocolate, chewy.
This is weird. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, Ryno. I am a little disappointed by hearing your thoughts on this, because this was something we agreed upon. We did have another cookie butter treat that we'll talk about at some point in time on a video and audio thing that definitely got us hyped for more cookie butter. So now to be let down by a dessert, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I care for that. But, you know, I think already just sitting out a little bit more than it was sitting when you started cutting into it, it already feels a little softer on my end. So it might be another situation where you just got you drew the short stick, and I am reaping all the benefits. I understand what you mean about there really not being a flavor at all. Like, there definitely is, and sugar is a flavor in this thing. But the cookie butter flavor itself is very, very light. I mean, this is like, this isn't like a custard inside. This is like, it's like a pudding or like almost like soft serve texture that like, it's clearly not soft serve because it's not ice cream, but it's like almost there. It's very intriguing. The cream puff, it definitely has warmed up a little bit, so I don't find it as offensive as you. It is chewy. It's not the best cream puff I've ever had, but also not the worst. But yeah, the filling, I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. I think I like this. Yeah, mostly like it tastes like sugar, not like any distinguishing flavor. Like I said, a little cookie butter, but mostly just sugar. And I don't know, for a festive holiday treat, you kind of want some festive flavors. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe we should have went with the gingerbread. Maybe we should have went with anything else. Maybe we chose the one bad thing here, but it's my turn for the belt buckle. You are right about the belt buckle. It's good white chocolate. It's good white chocolate belt buckle. Probably would have tasted great if I would have ate it with the puff versus just by itself, but I don't know. I think I have to think about this one a little bit more, and I'll finally have a good understanding of it in just a moment when we begin our wrap-up of all the festive food that we had here at Universal Orlando. So, yeah, we'll get to that in just a second.
So my final thoughts on everything that we've had today is that as I would rank them, for me personally, I think I would go with the Nashville, the chicken, because it was a pretty good piece of chicken, even if it all felt a little disjointed for me a little bit. But then I would say this cream puff, because end of the day, it's still just a cream puff, even though it didn't really deliver on the flavor of the cookie butter. But it wasn't like it was a bad cream puff, but I like that it was nice and chilled and cold, so I appreciated that. And then I would say the turkey, the holiday sandwich, and then all the way in the basement where nobody can find it was the peanut butter fluff thing that I feel like I shouldn't even call it that, because it was literally, like I said, still just a dusting of bread with those things, which was really a shame. So all in all, nothing really blew my socks off. So maybe it was just like bad choices or whatever. I will say it, even though we don't turn in our booze or anything like that. I think the best thing that we ultimately did have, which we didn't record, was our cranberry Kringle beer that you can find in the same stop where we did find the holiday sandwich and the peanut butter one. And I'd say just go with that, because honestly, like, it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't offensive, other than the peanut butter thing was offensive. The rest were just kind of like, eh.
Ryno, I completely concur with everything that you just said in the order that you said. For me, Nashville hot chicken first, followed by this cookie butter Santa puff. Then after that, of course, the Thanksgiving leftovers pressed sandwich, and then finally the Fluffer Nutter pressed sandwich, which that is the furthest to the bottom.
It was
that
fluff
is,
and stuff.
It is fluff and stuff. I know I shouldn't, but that one was just downright offensive. This is the first festival now since Universal really like kind of changed up how they're doing their food festivals with Mardi Gras, that I'm feeling a little bit sad about it. It just wasn't that good. I mean, granted, it's only been like one full year with this. Mardi Gras was really good. Halloween Horror Nights, we had a couple hits, good amount of misses. In this one, I feel like if we really break it down, like, we're still not wild about the cream puff. Like, it was good. I'm glad we tried it, but I would never get it again. This was a one and done for me, and so was the turkey. So was the fluff and stuff sandwich, but ultimately also so was the Nashville hot chicken. Like, yeah. I liked the chicken. If it was a chicken sandwich, I probably would get it again. Or maybe I would try it on the mac and cheese, but as it was, I mean, it's like 4 little nuggets on a skewer served over top of a piece of white bread that I don't want to eat the whole piece of white bread when it's just a piece of white bread. and then some pickles and coleslaw that I can only describe as, I don't know what this is. It just, to me, that was the best thing we had, but also, like, I'm still not enthusiastic about it. And that one was the most expensive too, at $14.99. The fluff and stuff and the turkey leftovers were both $9.99, if I remember correctly. And then finally, this was $5.49. So I feel like their prices are starting to slightly go up, and the quality is also starting to slightly go down just a little bit too. And I don't want to see that trend continue. So I'm hoping it's just because there wasn't enough time really between Halloween Horror Nights and then the holidays to really perfect things. You know, with Mardi Gras, at least they have like another solid month to figure everything out before they get going into it. But I'm not upset by it. At the end of the day, it's food, and we're lucky that Universal's even doing this at all. It could be like in the old days of not really any specialty food or beverages and just being plain, but I'm happy that they're still making an effort. It shows that they are trying and they're listening to what fans want, and that's important. And you know what, though, I have to say, I also agree with you. The Cranberry Kringle Pilsner, absolutely delicious. And if they sold it somewhere here in CityWalk right now, I would have one in front of me because I love that cranberry flavor, but they don't. And I guess for that reason, I need to now stop talking and consider if I want to leave here and try to run into the parks before they close to actually have one. I'm not going. I might. I don't know. I don't know what I'm actually going to do with it. But that's going to do it for this episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. I want to thank Ryno for coming around Universal Studios Florida and Universal CityWalk with me, trying all these festive flavors. I hope you all enjoyed watching us just gorge ourselves here. And if you did, you want to support us more, of course, you can always book a trip through Dreams Unlimited Travel, and that will help support us. And yeah, you'll also enjoy your time here at Universal Orlando. Maybe. I don't want to promise you that. I can't promise you that. But get a free no obligation quote today at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave comments, questions, and video suggestions in the comment section. Let us know what you want to see. And then also, if you're listening to this, make sure that you make sure you're subscribed wherever you do listen to podcasts. And if it's through Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps people find out about the show. But that's going to do it for us live here at Universal Orlando Resort. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again real soon for another episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. Take care. Wait, that's not how I end this show. Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait, I don't do take care, bye-bye. We do. That's it for this episode of the unit. We still haven't changed the name.